Number two, be organized. Very, very similar to solid tip number one, but this component now moves the planning from what needs to be done to actually making sure that you are doing it in an effective manner. And so, what I have provided you is a free checklist that you could go ahead and download. Y'all, I use this checklist all the time because guess what? No matter how strategic you think your planning is, when you actually go to develop your planning, right? Sometimes you forget some more key components. And so it makes planning a little bit more difficult. Or sometimes you jump from this idea to the next idea, and then you forget some of those other important ideas that you meant to include. So always having a checklist, and you could create your own checklist. This is one that I use. So of course I want to share. Um, After I calendar out each step and I embed those flex days, even if you don't have it naturally embedded in your calendar, then you go ahead and create those flex days or that flex time. What I like to remember to do to help organize my planning is to create mini lessons, 3 to 5 minutes. So if I have my kids, step one is brainstorming, I have a mini lesson on brainstorming. With that mini lesson, I have created a tutorial video. Why? Because those kids who are absent, or how about when you want to, use that flex day for station work, you're going to need tutorial videos. Create them right away in my mini lesson, especially when I do the gradual release, I do, we do, you do. That tutorial video is not just helpful, but I'm also, again, for that modeling component or that I do, I'm actually doing it. So, boom, there goes my exemplar. So, just by having this checklist and reminding myself to include these components, I have checked off those boxes or those, unpredictable moments that are guaranteed to happen no matter how effectively you plan, because a student was absent, there was a fire drill, you had to miss a day. Learning does not have to stop or be completely thrown off. I also like to remind myself to provide revising and editing opportunities throughout. This could be a do now, an exit ticket, again, a quick strategy. So if I wanted to teach, maybe in the text we're reading, the author beautiful, compose some beautiful sentences using subordinated conjunctions and the commas, right? So in the reading portion of class, we looked at those sentences, we unpacked it, we used it as ways to really unpack what the author was trying to say. It's a great opportunity to create a mini lesson, perhaps on creating sentences that include subordinating conjunctions and correct use of commas. So I'm going to create my mini lesson with that tutorial, with that exemplar, and then have my students go back and look at their intro paragraph to see, did you use this strategy? Where could you have possibly used it? Let's choose a sentence that you can revise right now to follow the same rules and format that we saw in our mentor text. And then always share the grading criteria. You would have already given them the rubric at the beginning, but how many times do you actually purposefully go back to the rubric? I know I've forgotten, but what a great way to exit class. What a great exit ticket to create, where students go back, look at that grading criteria, look at just one component. Maybe it's the variety of sentence structures, and have them grade themselves in that one component. Again, this recursive grading and revising and editing that they do on their part makes that final grading much easier on your part. So again, hopefully this was helpful, and look out for a new email with some more resources tomorrow.